international system, the head of communications of the Republic of Türkiye,
Okay.
Professor.
In just a minute.
Okay.
We're just getting our final. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
I think the stage is set at last.
We'll just get the final. Okay. So we'll receive a okay from our organizers to see when they're ready. All right. Yeah. Coming back to the organization. Lots of engaging, and we were talking about the extremely high level that this year's summit has set in terms of the guests. We had the Turkish foreign minister, we had the head of Turkey's national intelligence. These are all names that we follow on a regular basis, you and I as journalists at TRT World, and it's great to actually be in the same environment with them and get a one-on-one perspective about what's actually going on.
Indeed, and especially at such a crucial time. As we said before, the events of the last 4 weeks in particular have really made everybody question where we stand as a global community. Who's really in charge, and how those who are taking charge, whether we like it or not, are affecting absolutely everybody's life on the planet right now. Even if they've never picked up a newspaper in their lives, they know that they're either paying more for gas, or they suddenly cannot fly to see family members in certain parts of the world, or if they are watching the news, some of the most horrific images we've seen in years are reappearing, and it's leading us all to question where the world is going. We hope that strategic communications, diplomacy, soft power will prevail, that we will return to appreciating each other again as a global community, rather than as adversaries, especially at the top levels of international leadership.
But
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes.
And now we can begin our closing session. So here to speak about forward-looking perspectives, order in the new international system, Professor Burhanettin Duran, head of communications of the Republic of Turkey.
Değerli katılımcılar, son oturumu başlatmak için lütfen sahneye Türkiye Cumhuriyeti İletişim Başkanı Sayın Profesör Doktor Burhanettin Duran'ı sahneye davet ediyoruz. Sayın Başkanım, çok teşekkür ederim. Sağ olun efendim. Sağ olun efendim. İyi gidin, çok mersi. Sağ olun efendim.
Distinguished ministers, esteemed guests joining us from around the world, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great respect and sincere pleasure that I greet you all. I am honored to join you at the closing session of the 5th International Strategic Communications Summit, STRATCOM 2026, convened under the timely and compelling theme, Disruption in the International System, Crisis, Narratives, and Search for Order. Welcome, and thank you for gracing us with your distinguished presence. Over the past 2 days, we have concluded STRATCOM 2026 with insightful, thought-provoking, and highly productive discussions that have shed light on the most pressing and critical issues of our time. On behalf of the Directorate of Communications of the Presidency of the Republic of Türkiye, I'd like to express my profound satisfaction in hosting this significant gathering and in welcoming such an esteemed assembly of global voices. The summit has drawn strength from the contributions of a truly diverse and accomplished community spanning media and communication professionals, academia, civil society, and beyond. Each of you has played a vital role in shaping a dialogue of depth and substance. Our media institutions and digital platforms have likewise demonstrated exemplary commitment, ensuring that the ideas and discussions fostered here have resonated far beyond these halls and reached audiences across the world. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all participants, from students to scholars, from journalists to civil society representatives, and especially to you, our distinguished guests who have joined us from across the continents. Throughout the summit, we have engaged comprehensive discussions spanning a wide array of topics, from technology to diplomacy, from current developments to crisis management, from combating disinformation to addressing structural challenges within the international system. Our bilateral engagements have further opened pathways for meaningful cooperation. Esteemed guests, Stratcom Summit has served as an intellectual platform enriched by the participation of dozens of distinguished experts from Turkey and abroad. Now, with your kind permission, I have the honor to present the Goodwill Declaration of the International Strategic Communications Summit, Stratcom 2026, convened under the theme Disruption in the International System, Crisis, Narratives, and Search for Order. Affirming that information is not merely an instrument of communication, but a foundational element of both national and global security. Defining communication as both a vehicle of transmission and strategic line of defense that discerns truth from disinformation and fortifies national security across the digital and information domains. Highlighting that emerging technologies and digital communication tools stand at the very center of this transformation. Advocating against the use of new communication technologies to make disinformation more persuasive and harder to detect, and upholding algorithmic transparency and the principle of ethical intent. Emphasizing that in an ecosystem where public opinion is vulnerable to manipulation, access to accurate information is a fundamental right and a prerequisite for global stability. Reaffirming our resolute determination to build enduring institutional resilience against manipulation. Recognizing that international order is experiencing not only a crisis, but a profound fragmentation, and affirming the unsustainability of the status quo together with the imperative for just and equitable reform rather than destruction. In response to regional tensions, especially those involving Iran, adopting an approach that prevents escalation, upholds international law, and advances dialogue. Advancing a fair, human-centered, and strategically grounded approach through negotiation. Reaffirming our commitment to regional security, stability, and prosperity by taking ownership of our region and conveying the realities with clarity and integrity. Reiterating our shared objective of fostering a truth-based communication order among states, international organizations, media, academia, technology companies, and civil society. Rejecting the erosion of the international system through the notion that might makes right, as well as all forms of double standards. Prioritizing, especially in times of crisis, a human-centered approach, direct engagement among leaders, and the primacy of diplomacy. Emphasizing the enduring capacity of public diplomacy to generate trust and legitimacy under all circumstances. Recalling that lasting peace is only possible through policies that recognize the rights and interests of all parties, particularly in the face of war crimes such as dehumanization. Affirming our resolve to work toward a security architecture grounded in our own dynamics for the prevention of regional challenges. Addressing the climate issue not merely as a technical environmental concern, but as a matter of human rights and security, and shaping its solutions in line with the broader good of humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past 2 days, Stratcom 2026 has stood as a leading platform for collective wisdom and shared responsibility in addressing global challenges. For your invaluable contributions, your insightful analysis, and your visionary perspectives, I extend my deepest appreciation to each of you. I am confident that this summit will stand as a meaningful milestone, a step toward a more just international order and a more transparent, accountable communication ecosystem. Let us stand united in our commitment to uphold truth in communication, to cultivate trust as a shared foundation, and to defend human dignity at all times. Once again, thank you very much, all of you, for your invaluable contribution. Programımıza son verirken, gönderdikleri video mesajla zirvemizi destekleyen Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'a şükranlarımı arz ediyorum. Kendisi, dünya 5'ten büyüktür ve daha adil dünya mümkündür sözleriyle bize vizyon çizen ve liderliğiyle Türkiye'nin mazlum dünyanın sesini iletmesini sağlayan ve yeni bir dünyanın kurulmasında öncülük eden Cumhurbaşkanımıza hasreten teşekkürlerimi sunuyorum. Bu geniş katılımlı ve uluslararası nitelikteki etkinliğin hazırlanmasında emeği geçen, gece gündüz demeden çalışarak programın hayata geçirilmesini sağlayan ve 2 gündür burada kusursuz bir organizasyona imza atan tüm mesai arkadaşlarıma, iletişim başkanlığındaki arkadaşlarıma canı gönülden teşekkür ediyorum. Önümüzdeki sene dolu dolu bir programla tekrar buluşmak üzere sizi Allah'a emanet ediyorum.